Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 88 of Press Any Key. I'm your esteemed, dignified, well-regarded by the people around him host, Pat Navarano. With me, as always, is my distinguished co-hosts, Mike Burke and Nick McFly.
Hello, hello.
They're here once again.
We're here.
True.
They
Yeah, we
can't
got the
ever
clap.
leave.
See that,
Quite
Mike?
honestly.
You see how quick to the trigger I am?
Yeah, well, maybe you stay behind that.
Listen, I just want to be clear. There's a lot of tension in this room right now, and like, if the three of us got to have an argument after this, let's just have it.
I mean, I feel good being on camera with a mug. Like, you know, I got like
It is
that.
a good look.
It's that kind of like, you know, news reporter thing going on.
Yeah. Except you're not spreading fear. Anyway.
The queen has died.
Wait, do that, Mike. Mike, do it dramatic right into the camera.
The queen has died.
All right, good.
Some good news.
You can use it as a beat drop.
And that's on God, baby girl.
And here we are.
Are you guys done?
Yeah,
Are
we're
you
done.
guys-
We're done. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I was just curious. I didn't want to fuck up what you guys had going on.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Cool. So we have so much fucking stuff to talk about. We talk about how we want to talk about less to have more fruitful conversations. Nah, let's just get it all in there. Let's just rapid fire them.
We're also
huh?
starting 50 minutes late.
Yeah, well, there's
20 of those were me. I'll take credit for that.
it's fine. You guys know me. I'm not going anywhere. So, speaking of not going anywhere, the Spawn movie that Todd McFarlane is trying to get off the ground finally got writers. And Nick, this might actually excite you because you're the biggest Joker stan here. So, they got Scott Silver, who he wrote the script for Joker, with who's the director of that movie?
Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips. A lot of Todds in this
Too
episode.
many
Or
Todds.
too many Todds. Falcon Winter Soldier, Malcolm Spellman. He's a writer of that show, which, once again, 5 great episodes. Just fell off at the end. Just my guy doesn't know how to do endings.
Well, you can only do so much with
yeah.
5. Like,
Yeah. It's weird. There's
right?
2 of these
Like,
writers so far don't know how to do endings. Then Matt Mixon, and all I got from him from the Hollywood Reporter article was that he was, quote, a rising screenwriter. I don't know. They did not credit anything to him though, so I don't know where he comes from or what he's doing. Either way, here's the interesting part. First of all, this is going to be rated R, and it was greenlit by Blumhouse after the success of Deadpool and Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Todd McFarlane, who's the original creator and writer and artist for Spawn, and Jason Blum are the producers. They're still looking for a director, and Jamie Foxx is confirmed to be playing Spawn.
Which is so fucking cool.
Which is great because like I love how Jamie Foxx is just like he's the octopus trying to get through the hole at the bottom of the boat. You know, I'm gonna get the fuck in there anyway. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get into the superhero genre.
Right.
Like. We just glance over the fact that like Jamie Foxx was a villain in a huge like comic book movie in 2021, and like nobody like we all talked about Alfred
he's a
Molina,
nerd.
and we talked about Tom Holland, we talked about them bringing back this and Jamie Foxx. What about me? You know what I mean? Like,
Because he was just playing himself in that one.
I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
I guess, but also it's
He did it.
he did it,
The
yeah.
octopus got through
And
the hole.
and like I'm glad this is moving forward because now I feel like in this landscape, a movie like Spawn can work and make sense. However, this also has the stench of an absolute dumpster fire on the way. You know what I mean? Like a real nice one, like a good Fant 4-stick. Or like, you know how we have some comic book movies that come out and they are just they're absolutely reprehensible. Like, let's think of some like real ones in the moment. Obviously, we just said Fant 4-stick, but what else has come out? Oh, Dark Phoenix, I guess would be one.
I forgot about that
Dark
one.
Phoenix. Trying to remember all the horrible shit that you try to forget.
We watch too much stuff on this show for me to remember the bad stuff.
I hardly remember
I
the
guess
good.
I guess Eternals. If you want to throw
I would
Eternals
throw
in there,
Eternals
Eternals in
absolutely
there,
in
like
there.
some real bad stuff. God, yeah, like some real good stinkers, I guess. Like every couple of years you get one. You know, like a comic book movie on the level of like Cats. You know what I mean? Like that type of
I noticed
bad.
you didn't even mention anything from DC.
Oh, dude, what am I doing?
Well, it's just to
Batman
be
versus
said.
Superman. Yeah,
You can just say
Justice
DC.
League. Well, just because they were still living in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? Like,
They were like the Jonas Brothers.
yeah,
Putting Linkin Park at the end of the
yeah,
movie.
exactly. But yeah, so I'm glad this is finally moving. I hope this movie makes money. There's
ever
no
seen
word
the
on the budget
original
or
one?
anything. Yeah, I actually saw the original. I think I think someone rented it on VHS, like from Blockbuster
Somebody
back
must
in the
have.
day. Or
Right.
it might have been the DVD. Yeah, somebody had to, because I remember watching it, and as a kid, obviously, I thought it was cool. I always thought that cape looked awful, though.
Oh.
That cape never looked good. You've seen...
I've seen reviews of it. I've never actually seen the movie. I
seen
hear, I hear it's
of
actually.
the cape, not the film.
I hear it's actually like, despite its flaws, it's really good.
Who
the
who
movie.
told you that?
That's. I'm not going to reveal my
Who
sources.
told you that?
Hold
Yeah,
on,
his
let me
cape.
find-
His cape. I like the cape. I like that
Am I
it's like a
thinking-
giant
This is a fucking still from the movie,
blood
though.
god looking cape
Okay,
kind of thing.
this is from Fanboy Nation. Look, that's an actual still from the movie.
What if they just
Look at that cape.
It's beautiful.
Okay, it looks
It's magnificent.
awful.
What if they just CGI'd him into like the Dark Knight Batman scene? Because that's like what that looks like in the
That's
party.
actually, yeah.
Also, it's just like John Leguizamo's playing like this weird clown guy who's like ends up being the devil. I listen. I remember this from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not thinking of the same movie.
Yeah, I know you're not. I realize that.
All right.
Do we know-
Any idea what I'm thinking
Are
of?
you thinking of Blade?
No,
No?
Mike.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
You
Like,
fucking idiot.
outrageous. Do we know? Jeremy Renner was supposed to be involved in Spawn.
You get too busy
He
with
was?
his app.
He was. I don't know if he still is. He was previously attached to it. I know that much from the.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm looking that up right now. Vodka helped the Spawn reboot sign Jeremy Renner. Also, okay, I guess he's in if he signed.
Well, that's. I mean, I'm sure you can like. Isn't there some stuff like if you know like directors change or shit like that changes like you can potentially.
They could just pull out.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, apparently all this says that Jeremy Renner is in Spawn.
Yeah. And I'm guessing this one's going to have a higher budget now at this point because it was decently low before. And if they're kind of like, you know, switching writers, doing a bunch of things, they're probably going to be investing more cash into
it's
it.
Blumhouse, so I can't imagine this costing
I'm
more
not
than
saying
35 million.
high, but you know, like, yeah, I think the original budget was like low.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Well, I think they're going to go for more horror too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And who else but Blumhouse to do it at?
Who else but Blumhouse?
I'll tell you who else.
WB Mason.
Ooh. Who
Zack
else? Pat?
Snyder.
There we go.
Oh no. Are we there already?
The man, the myth.
Now, listen, Nick, before I start this, I want to put some rules on you, okay?
I will. I'll keep my mouth shut.
No.
You can only
it's
say
not, it's not
bad
about
words.
keeping your mouth shut because obviously I want to hear your opinion. But here's what your opinion can't be. You cannot just be like, throw it all away. Do it. Just start. That's not what they're doing. It's not how this is going to happen.
So they're not going to make the right
So
choice.
I want you to look at the broken pieces that I'm going to present to you.
All right.
And tell me how we put it
Or are
together
we going
and
to treat
fix
this
it.
like a murder mystery?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I gotta,
Nick,
like,
I-
let's solve this crime that was.
Pretty much.
I
the
think
Snyderverse.
you need to look at it. If you look at it from like, oh, that's so sad. Approach it with that mentality first, because
like a murder mystery.
well, murders and mysteries aren't always sad. You can be happy that somebody died.
So,
like Zack Snyder here, and we thought the Justice League movies, but
so you absolutely can be happy someone died. So, fandomwire.com, who is a website admittedly I don't know a lot about, and I did not look into it too much. The author of this article is Sang Tonson. Okay. And apparently, I guess he has a scoop, or maybe he heard this from someone else. Or no, I realized in the article now he actually got it from a leaker, and apparently this leaker is credible. But I feel like every time someone brings up a leaker, they're like, "Yeah, but this guy's credible."
this one,
But
I promise.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like there are credible ones out there for sure, but like
not every leaker is
not
a credible
every.
leaker.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. So the title of this article is "Restore the Snyderverse. Zack Snyder allegedly presented Justice League 2 and 3 plans to WB Studios for possible revival."
Great.
What is going on? So listen, we don't know if this is true. There has been no other source that has corroborated this at all, and I can't imagine. Not in any world can I imagine where that Hollywood Reporter article that came out about Zack Snyder and like the bots and everything,
Right.
and their names all mixed together with WB. I can't imagine ever them working together.
Especially
going forward. It's just not possible.
Especially with how they're literally like, we're going to go to the ground and build everything up again. And
Okay.
we, like there are obviously little red threads, but
so there's also some choice language in this article and like a clear slant towards Snyderverse stuff. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I think one of them just got to a publication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think one of the Snyderverse people got to a publication. So anyway, what I'm saying here is that like, this is like the basically the crux of it. So Zack Snyder allegedly presented, which once again, I don't think that's something that you need to allege someone of doing. This is not an accusation being made.
Right.
Okay. This is
he doesn't have to defend himself against this. I was going to say, Nick,
this is speculation. So Zack Snyder's Justice League can be considered one of the best things to have ever been greenlight by Warner Brothers. Okay, do you see the problem here?
I'm having trouble keeping my mouth shut.
And it only furthers Snyder's reputation of making superhero movies that always hit the mark. My guy, watch Batman vs Superman.
And then
so
the end of the article's the end is my absolute favorite.
It has been revealed, according to reports from Scooper, the Truth 31.
What?
AKA his alt account.
Yeah, literally like his Twitter account.
That Snyder has plans for possible sequels that would make a Justice League trilogy, and he's already pitched his idea to WB. The Scooper says, quote, Zack submitted his plans for his JL 2 and 3 storyboards to Warner Brothers Discovery. He presented the entire outline in the new storyboards and how easily his movies can fit within their future slate.
Guys, don't leave me behind.
Must be absolutely perfect. What an amazing set of circumstances to be like, Zack just submitted his. They already knew what 2 and 3 was supposed to be. That's why they gave him the first one in the first place.
Right.
They already knew that. So this is horseshit. And then how easily the movies can fit within their slate. Really?
No,
really?
it won't.
The guys who are currently trying to keep the movie alive that stars the cult leader that basically erases everything that came before it so they can start new.
Their entire
Those guys,
retcon for everything in their universe. They're just going to have the crazy person run real fast and just reset everything.
You're going to tell me, you're like the guy, like literally, that he did pickup shots this week for that movie. And now it's what they call picture locked, which means you're not allowed to edit. Like no more money is being spent on this, right?
Right. They're like, thank God.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so funny. Like, then it says this. Zack Snyder might just get replaced for Justice League 2 and 3. So, here's my deal. Why would they use his plans if they would replace him? They're replacing him regardless.
Without his plans.
Now, the rumor is that Andy Muschietti, who is currently still working on The Flash,
aged 15 years in the process,
inexplicably still working on The Flash, and he has done It chapters 1 and 2. Great filmmaker by all standards, right? He's taking over for Zack Snyder. That I believe. If they came to him and were like, "Hey, can you want to do the Justice League movie? You want to do that shit?" Like, if they said that to him, cool. Awesome. I'm there for it, right? But if they were like, here's Zack Snyder's scripts for 2 and 3, you gotta make these.
It's one of those where it's like, oh yeah, thank you.
The last
right, I will what they did
that.
to George Lucas with Star Wars. I've got a script for the next trilogy.
Oh, we'll hang it right up on the fridge, George.
Thanks, George. We'll be sure to look at these.
We'll take it into consideration.
Like, so it's just so hilarious that like this is all right. I'll just say it. This has become a brain rot. This Snyderverse shit.
It's a drag.
It's bad. It's bad. And like, I get if you're excited and if you want to see something, but like, this is also just an objectively poorly written article.
It's
because even if you go to the picture credit, it just says Snyder on set.
Yeah.
Like not like first
Courtesy
of all,
of
first of all,
courtesy, this, that.
That's what you need is number one if you got that image from them, and number two, like that's alt text, my guy. Like that doesn't go on the bottom of the picture.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of editorializing.
So
in this
okay,
where
here's the other thing too. Source YouTube. So
Yes.
if we go to YouTube, what do we get? Oh, okay. So this is strange. This okay. The Truth 31. I guess. So I thought this opened up to a YouTube channel that I don't really. This guy's on.
Do you want to bring this up?
Yeah, go ahead. This guy's on John Campia's show, and I was like, oh man, he reported on this. Why would he say some stupid shit like this?
Observation.
Turns out. So it turns out it's just a part of this whatever the fuck.
The weekend.
Oh,
This
like meme compilation, like
whether it's up to you to decide whether to believe it or not, and I've said this multiple times.
So it's one of these things. So it's
Right.
somebody watched a video they're sub to.
So I can realistically write an entire article based off of somebody's like proposed lore YouTube video. That's credible.
I don't
source
think
now.
that's a probe lore because even that video was citing somebody else. So this is
like the most
the
fifth,
this
like,
yeah this is
connected
like
evidence.
yeah. So and I'm not gonna watch that whole thing to confirm any of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is absolutely not happening. Besides for the part about Andy Muschietti taking over for Zack Snyder. And I mean that in the loosest of terms. I mean they're hiring Andy Muschietti to make other movies for them.
Yes. It's so funny. The dude in this article is like, he's like, plans for a Justice League trilogy would be a dream for DC fans. It's safe to say we're all rooting for him. And it's like, you know, David Zaslav has.
Nick, are you? Oh, that's right.
And
yeah.
his team of execs have shadowed Snyder's dream of making the trilogy.
Yeah, and I think I even wrote. Oh no, never mind. That I already said it. I already said all that stuff. But my point is just that like this is
some.
I
Snyder
can't
head.
believe this got so much traction. So Nick.
And we're just feeding the fire.
So Nick.
Oh, we have to feed the fire.
Now, would you say that everyone's rooting for him?
No.
Nick, would you say that if he does not get the director's seat, there will be, quote, a riot?
No.
Oh no! What else? What else?
What else? What else?
I just want this all to go away.
Is it? Do you agree that they do not want him to be the man behind the camera?
Yes.
Would you personally agree with that
I
statement?
would agree with that.
It's like a lie detector test.
Now, Nick, I guess before we started this segment, I said that you couldn't have the opinion of just do away with it all, okay? But if they were to go in this direction, right? If this were
If
to
we're
happen,
bringing back these sequels,
yeah,
then what?
how would you want them to play out?
I'd
Give
want
me
them to be
spark notes.
I'd want them all to be really bad.
I have a potential. Like they could do like almost like kind of like how a lot of things Marvel are doing. It's just like side universe kind of shit where it's just ancillary content. They can't do it with all of these characters, but if like they want to tell like a direct to HBO.
Why do we want to? Yeah, they did
Story.
that with Peacemaker.
Yeah, but if or not even like that. I'm saying that's like a more official in a way. It's still built into the universe. If they just want to give me like these weird desert offshoot things and be like, this is just for fun.
Okay.
Look at it.
I don't disagree with this, Mike. If it's like, hey, people want this, but we just don't want it to be our main flagship thing anymore, fine by me.
Right.
but
That's
how the
cool.
hell are you going to do that with the cast involved?
Now,
like,
let me tell
You're
you
gonna
this.
spend $700 million.
Now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the intelligence of the people who originally conceived these ideas.
Here's the thing.
Back when the post-credit scene was a Marvel thing and DC was trying to just copy Marvel, their grand idea for originality wasn't to have a post-credit scene. It was to have a bunch of cliffhanger endings.
Oh boy.
But then you just have a bunch of unfinished movies.
of course.
And it took fans to tell them that for them to be like,
Hey,
hey,
we
I
hate
think
that.
we have a good, like, there's no plot resolution. Like, and like, what do we, it's just, you're going to have to watch the first one, like, like, that's the thing about Marvel.
You're gonna have to watch the first one.
And that's the thing about Marvel is that you can just kind of jump in anywhere and you'll figure
Pick it
out.
up,
Yeah.
right.
Like whereas it just wasn't gonna work out. So like I'm saying, I don't think they want anything to do with whatever this was supposed to be.
J-Lo can just bankroll it at this point. Like
Who?
J-Lo.
J-Lo, you know, Batman's wife.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mrs.
That's right.
Batman.
That's right. Also, there's one other thing. There's one other rumor that actually comes out of this, but this one actually has substantially more weight to it, and we will know on the 21st or the 20th rather if it's true. So Henry Cavill is apparently back as Superman.
I hope, dude.
Like actually, and apparently, and this is once again rumor mill. Things I read online. Apparently, The Rock demanded it.
Thank God. He,
Dude.
look, and you can see on our YouTube that man is saving Warner Brothers and DC
Like-
and everything.
Like because he wants Black Adam to fight Superman at some point. Because
Yeah.
Black Adam's one of the only characters that could actually like really take Superman. So, like I said, just the rumor mill, but a lot of people have like a lot of sources seem to have confirmed that he is back.
I
That it
would
was 'cause The
I would
Rock-
rather The Rock run for president than more Zack Snyder.
Do you know
movies.
what The Rock is quoted as saying?
I
to
wouldn't
Henry?
hate that.
Apparently, The Rock told it was like a public statement, but he even went on record saying like Henry Cavill is this generation's Superman.
Oh, absolutely.
So like
It's unfortunate that our generation got the worst Superman, though.
I don't think he ever got
I
a real.
love Henry
I like
Cavill.
him as Superman, but I don't think he's ever gotten like a good
That's what I'm
script
saying.
to work with.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like he could have been
I understand.
amazing.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
either
criticism
way,
on him.
so-
It's just
No,
him
no.
being fed
Follow-
dog
so
shit.
to follow that
I
all up.
just picture Zack Snyder with a spoon shoveling dog shit into Henry Cavill's mouth.
So actively in development right now, though, is a Man of Steel sequel
Yeah?
with Henry Cavill attached. Like
You
I
think
said,
he'll have a mustache?
I hope so. I think it's so funny how like all this shit happens with Warner Brothers, and they just gave JJ $500 million to do whatever he wanted with Superman, and he just did nothing and walked right out the door. Like,
Oh,
can you-
thanks.
Oh, is that not happening anymore?
No.
When did that happen?
When they were like, we're
We're
canceling everything.
Yeah, they're like everything's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like 500
But, like-
or 500.
but,
Yeah,
like,
500 million, right?
Disney told J.J. Abrams, you can have a home here and make whatever movies that you want. And he was like, yeah, but then I can't be like Spielberg. So Warner Brothers said to him, they signed a contract with him. It gave him $500 million to do with whatever he wanted. And all he did was write a shitty Spider-Man comic. He made another Star Wars movie. And he never did anything with Superman. Like I said, they gave him $500 million. He hung out for 3 years, and then he just
Did he get to
walked
keep the
out
money?
door. Yes,
Yeah,
they
hell
paid
yeah.
him.
Dude, that's fucking
They
awesome.
paid Bad Robot Productions $500 million for a fucking Superman movie they never got.
But
Hey, man.
like there's no clause in the contract where it's like you have to deliver X, Y,
who
and Z.
even knows?
Jesus Christ.
Well, there was a whole reorg. Shit gets just lost.
Well, it's, you know what? It's a good thing they're taking all the content off of HBO Max.
Right, God
And
forbid that
how these business decisions are stellar.
Yeah. Yeah, and the last thing we need is fucking Zack Snyder with all that. Just stay on your fucking moon shit that you're making right now.
Keep your dog shit spoon.
Yeah. It's
away from Henry Cavill's mouth.
All right. Anyway, new Dead Space trailer. So this is the official gameplay trailer for the remake that's coming out in March, I believe. Did you play the original Dead Space?
I did not.
Did you play it?
Nope.
Okay.
I watched like that's a game I watched most of the gameplay for.
Yeah.
Emergency maintenance team of the USG Kelly responding to your distress call.
I'm gonna crank it in here because like normally we can't hear it on the broadcast.
Oh, it's coming out in January.
Oh, it is.
January 27th, I think.
Sick.
What have you got, Isaac?
Oh, the Ishimura.
In the red. Engines, hull, the trams.
Look at the lighting and the fucking like. Look at that. That looks beautiful.
Running.
God, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
It does look really good.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
Looks cool. We haven't really seen much of anything yet, but
It's got a lot of like Death Standing visual vibes.
Yeah.
like how they're doing lighting and shit like that.
Death Stranding, by the way.
Oh,
not to
Stranding,
be that
sorry, yeah.
guy,
No,
but yeah,
Stupid.
stupid. Oh yeah, get him in the lens.
So, is it aliens or is it ghosts or ghouls or?
it's ghouls. It's like a
It's
virus.
boogans,
It's
Nick.
boogans. It's boogans. It's like
Okay.
a virus
Space-
type of thing. Okay.
Space ghost.
Space
So
coast to coast.
coast
Yeah.
to coast.
Okay,
Space
all right.
coast. So basically, what you are is you're an engineer and you actually work on the ship, and all of your tools are like cutters, like
Yeah.
plasma cutters, and
It's
like
very much like
you get like an
Half-Life-y,
assault rifle
like-
later on and stuff, but it's like very much like you have to remove the limbs of the creatures to kill them. So you get like the line launcher, which just shoots a horizontal beam out.
Okay.
Or this is the plasma cutter, where you can shoot a vertical or a horizontal bolt to like cut off limbs. There's the buzzsaw gun, which like you can either fire the buzzsaw and like it goes right through them, or you can have it fucking hover out in
yeah,
front of your gun
Gears of
and just
War it,
cut them down.
Cool.
There's like a regular assault rifle. It's just good shit. Just
Yeah.
good fun guns that make the gameplay really fun.
And like this is a beloved game.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
it's one of like always like 9 out of 10s basically.
And the
all
sad
review.
part about it is that EA bought Visceral Games and they forced them to make Dead Space 3 like loaded with microtransactions. They got rid
boy.
of the horror. They basically turned it into a summer blockbuster.
Right.
They went from 2 R-rated movies to a PG-13 and up the butt. They put in they forced they forced co-op.
forced cup up
Yeah,
the butt.
forced cup. See, there's these 2 women, and they only have 1 cup. Anyway,
Sobs.
so they forced co-op in, and I tell you what, I've tried that game 4 times over the years. I can't get past the second level because it is so unlike the first 2. It is not like
Really?
spooky at all. It's like a shooter.
Spooky.
Like if I was having fun. Also, the other thing too is like, every time I try to play co-op with it, I just try to play with some random in the Dead Space Discord, and like we are not vibing. So like if
Dead Space fans of me.
yeah, so not about it. But let's get back to. Oh yeah, the 0G sections.
Move your mouse, damn it. All right.
Yeah, you get a
That
little
looks so
jetpacks.
nice.
It probably looks so much better on a PC that could actually run it too.
And this looks all like gameplay footage.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
It's not any like, I mean there's a couple obviously like
The stasis
Cutscene
where you
renders,
could-
but-
oh, that dude's new.
Dead Space.
Oh yeah. Really? They're redoing that sequence? Oh, they're gonna show a marker too.
Yeah.
They're really redoing that fucking sequence where you get pulled through the fucking. Okay.
Why would they not?
I mean, yeah, it's a
How
popular
not?
sequence.
How not?
It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Nicole?
Humanity ends here.
Speaking of Nicole, side note, when I saw the movie the other night, when I saw Smile, no Nicole Kidman ad.
What?
They're redoing it, you know.
No, they're making a sequel.
Well, yeah. What? Okay,
That's
sure.
what they said.
Yeah.
They are making a
Right,
part
my
2.
fault.
I hope they just add them together so it's like 5 minutes long.
I hope
my
it's
God.
I hope it's her watching that in a theater
We need to start a
Mike,
protest.
and
I
then
like
being
it.
like,
We need to start a protest. Every
is
time that
crazy.
ad plays before a movie, like we need to piss the seat or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, and let it be
sure.
known. And like, there's an epidemic of AMC's getting pissed in.
oh,
we
and
don't
have
know
to,
why.
We have to leave. No, you have to leave like a little business card. It's like I pissed because of Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. Fucking.
all that all
Doesn't
that it
heartbreak
says.
feel good in a place like this? I thought.
Clean up this heartbreak.
Yeah.
Scan this QR code to make it stop.
Yeah. No more Kidman. Dead Space.
Yeah.
Get out,
January.
Nicole Kidman. Oh, makes me want to pre-order it. Wonder what the pre-order bundles are like. Let's see.
I don't know. But yeah, these games are like Pat had mentioned. It's like it's very storytelling. It's super engaging, and it's just
Steam.
survival horror. It's
Is this
super cool.
anything like the Silent Hill games and stuff like that?
It's not specters and spirits. So
But I mean like the vibe of it.
It's got like I think it's
Oh,
it's
I'm
more
Resident
like
Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yes,
That's what I was
yes,
thinking.
it's more
Yeah.
like Resident Evil. But my point is that it was very much inspired by Resident Evil 4, but it's more like Alien than anything else.
Oh, Isolation or the
Yeah,
movie?
No, the movie. Think about
Oh,
it like
okay.
that,
All right, well, I
where
love
like
Alien.
really like tiny like hallways and stuff, really claustrophobic.
Yeah, it's super claustrophobic.
dingy areas. And I guess since before we got off track though, the reason that Dead Space 4 never happened is because EA shut down Visceral Games after Dead Space 3 underperformed because
they
EA
fucked it up.
was a fucking asshole and they fucked up that like they fuck everything else up.
Yeah,
They
it's about right.
challenge everything.
Yeah, they're the worst. All right, so let's see the system requirements for this game over here.
50 gigs.
So minimum, obviously Windows 10. Dude, minimum you need 16 gigs of RAM now. That's fucking crazy. And a 1070.
and at least a 1070.
What?
Shit, dude, I'm
Fuck.
I'm getting to the real.
Bro, it's
That's
time.
creeping up.
It's time. Those the 13 gens.
Yeah,
You can stream and play at the same time with them.
really.
Yes, that made it very worth it.
Did you see the Did you
and-
see all the things that like the 4000 series are like as big as the new Xboxes and everything?
Yeah. So
Oh, it's the same. Oh no, the
recommended specs. So you need a 5600X to get the best performance out of this. My processor is officially obsolete.
yeah.
Yes, for sure. Recommended is 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah. Recommended graphics is a 2070.
And then I mean everyone needs DirectX. But holy shit, that sucks. But I want to see what's in the pre-order bundles. Digital Deluxe Edition includes the base game, 5 exclusive cosmetics, 3 unique suits, and 2 suit textures. It's everything you need to look your best while surviving the hordes of the USG Ishimura.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
boy.
So it's just
Aesthetic,
aesthetic stuff.
as it should be.
All right, cool. It's only $10 more. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna get
Gonna
the
do it on
deluxe
the show?
edition. Nah, not. I mean, my Steam account's not signed in.
Oh, it's
so.
on sale. 79 to 71 right now. You get a
What are
whole
you talking about?
$8. Oh.
It's
I'm for Xbox Live. I'm looking at the cost here.
Oh, dude, fuck that. Console gamers are lame. Anyway.
Whoa.
anyway,
you hear that, everybody?
Anyway, yeah. That game looks good, and I want to play it, and I'd like to stream it when it comes
Yeah,
out.
I will watch you stream that. That'll be another Resident Evil stream kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's a good one. Looking forward to it, and we'll talk about it on the show.
Speaking of things that will no longer be streaming,
Holy shit, they're coming
Hello?
for us. Google Stadia is shutting down. How
oh no,
Are you- Nick, are you sad?
Oh, everybody.
I feel bad for Reggie Watts.
sad. I feel like this is a you thing though.
Yeah, because I didn't get it.
No.
It's all my fault.
No,
Nick,
no,
you
no.
didn't save Google.
Oh man.
I think what I meant to say is that like I felt like this is technology you would adapt because for only $44.99 a month, if you get the Pixel Plus package through Google, you get a Pixel phone, you get however many terabytes of storage,
Don't forget, you get YouTube Premium.
you get YouTube Premium, you get Google Plus. They bring that back from the dead for you,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and Stadia, right?
No, I don't think Stadia was on there.
Oh, it wasn't.
I think by the time this package came around, Stadia, they already knew. It's like, this is not working.
Oh, no.
Dude, I said it from the start that this strategy was not good.
Well, it's a weird.
Pat, you were so prescient with that observation.
Well, it's just like a weird setup for how things are currently, and I feel Google does this a lot. They're like, "Oh, this might be the way to do something. We think we're gonna like make it as the like okay, streaming games, not like locally downloaded. All of this. They're like that can be big, and then they have the technology to be on like the forefront of that and make it decent." And then kind of as shit continues to catch up and they're like, well, no, that's a bad option. No one wants to do that.
Yeah, I think the problem
Google
is
Glass.
Like
But-
Google Glass.
So the thing about game streaming right now, because we do have it with PSN, we have it with xCloud, and even with Game Pass, there's streaming. I mean, I guess that's what xCloud is.
Yeah.
Either way, those are older games or games that you're taking on the fly, like with mobile. You can buy a controller
To just put your phone
to
right
put
in,
your
right?
phone
Yeah.
on, and you can stream games from Game Pass onto your phone and play them.
Right.
And even then, like there's Game Pass is going to be an app built into TVs now, and in streaming sticks that you'll be able to just Bluetooth a controller to.
Right. You won't
And
have to worry about like.
Yeah. So I think the technology is slowly getting there to make these things more possible, but it's the market specifically because I want to own my games. Like, first of all, we went 80% digital, and like we talked about this before about the show, how I played Overwatch 2. I paid for Overwatch 1 when it came out.
No more.
Like, they just took that game away.
They took it from
They
me.
literally took it. That was today. They took it from us. I didn't even know they could just do that. I didn't know you could do that.
No.
Like, regardless of the fact, yeah, but the progress, and then, like, you know, which is not a good excuse, but it's basically the same game. But still, like, I paid
you
for
took
that
something
version.
that I
you
owned
took
away.
something that I owned away. Like, so we know that they can do that now.
Right.
Is number one, and
which, to be fair, I'm sure is like in like the Steam end user license agreement and everything.
maybe, but fuck all that.
But fuck all that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like these games down here, like I can just pop in and play any one of them at any time. They don't shut the servers down or anything, or they just take it out of my fucking library. But I guess my point is that people want to own their games. They want to keep their games, you know, and digital was really convenient. It's also faster, and it also makes zero goddamn sense to buy physical today when you want to run these games on these hard drives. The keys are basically, I mean, the CDs are just keys to unlock the software.
Literally, yeah. Then it downloads on. Yeah,
exactly. So, it's just shitty that it's going this way, but I don't see that for streaming. Like, it's all ancillary. Like, xCloud is ancillary to Game Pass.
That's all my
PSN
point.
games that stream are the ones that are like megabyte sizes that you can easily, like, there's no latency between like the server and my PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it's like streaming right now, it's like streaming used to be you had cable television and then streaming was ancillary. It was like something you got in addition to it. Where I feel like we're in that stage of game streaming, and this just kind of like, you know, Google Stadia shutting down kind of drives that point home.
Well, that's, I think, like what you mentioned is like you have Xbox and you have PlayStation and you have these empires of games. And they're like, great, we can do that. Like, you expect this to be an added feature potentially for these kind of things. But when you're making an entire platform based off of it from Google, who is using, you know, other, obviously not just their games and shit, there's clearly all the other IP on it. But it's like, why would I do that? Why would I ever opt for Stadia versus, like, you know,
if you're stupid,
PSN
if
or
you're
like
nasty.
Xbox Game Pass? But like, seriously,
I mean, the only thing I like we said when it first came out, it might be a good like budget choice for somebody who can't afford to buy a console and buy the games.
Well,
like,
when you look at the
fair.
price though, the controller itself is like $65. Then you got to sign up. You got to sign up to the fucking server access for Stadia, which is $100 fee.
for the year, or
To
that's like
get
an
in, that's like an
activation fee, right?
activation fee to get in. Then it's something like $15 a month.
It's $10 a month for Pro.
For Pro, and then some games you still gotta buy the $60 price tag
that's
out.
bullshit right
so that's
there.
what I'm saying is like, is it worth it? Because like you're already up to $300 something at that point. Get a Series S and get a Game Pass subscription for $10 a month. You get way more shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I understand it being a accessible, like allegedly a like, you know, low barrier to entry, but yeah, when you break it down, it's not.
It's really
I mean, maybe they're just banking on like, oh, it's only $10 a month, and then you know,
Shit,
people-
I have to buy this.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm already in. Like,
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think the other thing. Oh, I mean, like, obviously, like, just put this on the pile of shit that Google starts, and it's like, well, this didn't work out. Google Plus I mentioned before.
Google Glass we also mentioned before.
Google Glass. What else?
Google butt plugs.
Google butt plugs.
People weren't into it.
Google
Well, it's
dildos.
also,
Well,
like-
I mean, listen, I didn't need to be broadcasting my butt plug on Google Maps, and they just
Exactly.
refused to shut that off. So
yeah,
I
made sure
part
it
of the
was on.
user
I had
agreement
to
was
take it out. You know.
Part of the user agreement was here's Pat's asshole.
Yeah. You know.
On Google Maps.
I look like Nico, and I'm. Running down the hall.
It's like, oh, I'm tracking him. There he's going.
But yeah, fuck Google Stadia.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this was last year that Google like ended their whole like first party game development and everything.
Okay.
Remember? And it
Yes.
closed 2 studios
Yes,
with it too.
we also talked about we talked about how Google's offering full refunds to everyone who bought Stadia. So that means I could go buy a Stadia set right now, get the refund from Google, and then go return the hardware to the store and just double my money.
Yeah, it's for all Stadia hardware purchases. This is a quote from them. Stadia controllers, Founders Edition Premier, play and watch with Google TV through the Stadia store. So you have to get it through that. So if you only order them through the store, so it's not like you can't just go to Target, buy Stadia shit. They did this, Pat. They're thinking.
They can try to think.
They could try.
All right. Well,
no one is surprised.
Yeah, no one's surprised that it went this way. You're absolutely right. But still, fuck it. It sucks because it could have been. I mean, like, do you think Amazon Luna? Do you think this builds any confidence in Amazon Luna?
The fuck is Amazon Luna?
Exactly.
It's
what about Netflix games?
Okay, but Amazon Luna actually has AAA games on it.
Yeah, it's their cloud gaming service, which
never heard of it.
It came out in 2020.
Did we talk about it on the show?
Yes.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Its controller looks like an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I pretty much I don't think controllers are going to change all that much.
well, the Stadia controller is decently different, but which is similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Except
a nice,
that's better in every way.
Yes, yeah.
Stadia.
Stadia.
Yeah. The only thing
right.
with Amazon Luna is because they own Twitch, they try to make like a lot of the integrations real simple and real easy.
Right.
But again, Amazon is just shitting the bed with Twitch for another time.
How dare they? Anyway.
How dare they have fun?
So speaking about how dare they, CD Projekt Red announced a shit ton of new games. And so when we first started this show, I'm talking like six weeks in?
6 years ago.
6 weeks in, 7 weeks in. I don't know. One of our early episodes, we covered Cyberpunk because it just came out. I didn't go back and rewatch it because I still feel the same way, which is I played that game for 30 hours and I can't believe that. Some people were like, even past the bugs, it's the most immersive. It isn't. It's missing things that The Witcher 3 had. It's missing mechanics that I would expect every modern day RPG to have. You know what I'm saying? And now I've heard that they've actually added those things, and the game's actually really good. And it's like peaked at over like 1 million daily active users on Steam again. So people are
like currently-ish?
within the last 3 weeks.
No shit.
And when that show dropped too.
Yeah, that did a big.
Yeah. So
I do want to watch that.
So now Cyberpunk's in everyone's good graces again.
Oh yeah.
So Cyberpunk felt like it's time to announce some new games, and boy, did they drop a shit ton on us.
They're going through their No Man's Sky phase.
That's what I was thinking, Nick.
Well, okay, I hold this tinfoil hat.
Okay.
I think in 2012, when they showed off the original trailer for Cyberpunk, I don't think that was anything more than a proof of concept that somebody showed their manager at a meeting, was like, I want to make this game.
Probably.
And they were like, "Oh, well, we got nothing for E3, so we're taking it." Like,
do you mind?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like, that's truly like, I really think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then they made a game around that because they said that game was in development for 8 years, when development actually started in 2016 and really didn't get going until The Witcher 3 was out the door.
Right.
And The Witcher 3 was still broken when it came out.
Development means they got a big sticky note and they put it on a wall and they wrote Cyberpunk.
We'll get to this. So yeah, that game was in development for like 3 years, and then it came out. The game was super undercooked, but now it's actually apparently good. So anyway, CD Projekt Red's feeling good. They announced new games. Number one, an entire new Witcher trilogy. We already knew we were getting Witcher 4. They said it wasn't going to focus on Geralt though. They said now though, they've confirmed that it's all 3 new Witcher games. They're all in pre-production, but they are going to be released over a 6-year period. Yeah. So once the first one comes out, every 2 years we'll get a new one.
2 to 3 years. I think it's like Witcher 4, 3 years, Witcher 5, 3 years, then Witcher 6.
What?
Isn't that what they said? That it was like
3 games in a 6-year window.
Yeah, as in like when the first one comes out, by like in 3 years, then the 5th one will come out, and then in 3 years after that, the 6th will come out. Yeah.
I thought it would be like you get one, then 2 years you get the second one, and then I guess that math would make sense.
No, I think they're really
game.
I think they're really like aspirationally giving themselves as much breadth as they can, but putting 3 years between them. But I mean, they're going to be built on, I'm assuming, like the same engine probably.
So then we have The Witcher Series, which is just a working title right now.
It's about Sirius Black.
Separate. It's separate from the original trilogy, and it's still in pre-pro. But apparently, this is the multiplayer one.
Yeah.
This is the MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely looking forward to this game. I would love to play a fucking Witcher MMO.
That would be cool. As long as it doesn't end up being like a shitty MMO like the Amazon New World one.
You just got to do as good as RuneScape. You know what I mean?
Buddy,
like,
that is a high fucking bar. Like that
that's
game I still can't play because I will put in like 40 hours in a week.
So then we have The Witcher, was it Canis Majoris? And that's a separate single player story driven game that's coming out years from now. Years and years and years from now.
Yeah.
Then there's The Witcher 3 Next Gen, which is just ports of The Witcher 3 for Series X and PS5. Also, if you own it on PC and it is in your library, they will just give you the new version for free.
Will they take away the old version?
Well, yeah, but why would you want the old version?
Because I bought it.
Because I own it.
But they're giving you the new one for free.
No. Don't take it from me.
And apparently these are due out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And they've been working at these for a while.
They thought they would do what like Nintendo does for that, where it was like, and this is available today. Like,
oh, yeah. But no.
No, we
No
didn't get
shadow
it.
drops.
new.
Then there's the Cyberpunk expansion known as the Phantom Library.
Right. Which we got news about earlier.
So apparently that is, this was another one they thought they were going to shadow drop. But it's closer to dropping, but around, they say like a loose 2023. It's closer than you think, but it's just far away.
just DLC for Cyberpunk.
And then this was what surprised me, but I guess they paid for the license. So Cyberpunk Orion, which is just the working title
Right
now, because Cyberpunk is actually Cyberpunk 2077,
2077.
where this one, I guess Orion would be like the next
No,
subtitle.
this is 2077 Orion, I think.
Yeah, okay. So then this one is a full-on sequel to Cyberpunk, and it's like super early stages. And they want to basically prove the power of the Cyberpunk universe and all that it can deliver. And the only thing I can say is just, I don't want to see this for another decade.
Yeah, this is going to be, it said that half of
Start now and go gold in 2029.
And tell me when it's releasing,
and tell
4
me
months
when
before it's coming out.
Yeah,
Like,
don't drop trailers for 6 years.
which they goddamn might.
Yeah, well, they got to build up the hype. And then, okay, so here's some other stuff too. Project Hadar, which is a
Project Hater.
Project Hater is
All of these haters.
a third IP, quote, distinct from The Witcher and Cyberpunk. It's still in the conceptual phase, implying pre-production with only a small strike team currently working on it. So I wouldn't expect anything from this. And then get this, the CEO's leaving. They threw this in at the end.
Yeah, this is like
As
a
a
nice
tweet.
little, they're like, look at all the cool things happening. And by the way, we're kicking this fucker out.
By the way, our leadership's out.
Yeah. He's a co-founder as well.
He said he's going to do some new shit, though.
A new, quote unquote, new personal chapter is what he called it, which is just fine. You have a bunch of money. But he's going to be a chairman of the supervisory board until by the end of 2022. But,
Yeah.
it'll
all work itself out.
Yeah, he's
Life finds a way.
allegedly still going to be like active and
Now, are you...
part of shit and whatnot,
Yeah.
but just not in the CEO role.
Yeah. Any of this excite you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I might play Cyberpunk when the Phantom Liberty drops because I like to play like
Phantom Library.
Liberty.
What?
Yeah,
Am I an idiot?
the Phantom it's a ghostful
Oh my
library.
God. I've been saying I'm an idiot.
I think you've been saying Liberty, but
No, he
don't-
said library.
yeah, it's Phantom
now,
Liberty.
Now I don't know what's going on.
Are you
just-
excited for the Phantom
I
Library?
thought it was Halloween DLC.
That's why you thought they were going to drop it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I've embarrassed
shit.
myself enough. Let's
No,
keep
you're
going.
fine. Yeah. I'll probably play it when they drop it because I always fuck up and do this. I'll get a game and then I'll like play it and I'll beat it. Like it'll be like a Fallout type game. And then I'll never go back and play the DLC because I'm like, I put too much effort and like, I was like, I'm done with that. And I never want to play the DLC.
They also never do that shit where it's like, it can't just like, there's a difference between like expansion and DLC in the sense where like DLC is always like some separate shit. Like the DLC for Doom that I'm playing right now is like you go into a different menu to get to it. It's not
Right.
just a part of the game. Where I think like in Assassin's Creed, I bought like the expansion and like a whole new section of the map opened up. That
right.
wasn't
There's like a new
before.
character you can talk to.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, by talking to them, then it like generates
Not
that
even that.
entire
I'm
section.
talking like a whole population showed up on one side of the map
shit, okay.
for Assassin's Creed.
Hello?
Like, when I tell you it was an expansion, like literally, it was as if the Italian Renaissance took place. Like it was wild.
How long was I gone?
What year?
What year is it?
So,
Yeah, I'll probably play because I'm sure we can pick up Cyberpunk probably, or maybe not now, but I'm sure it was kind of cheap on like G2A or something like that. It's probably
Let's see.
That's probably getting its popularity again. It might be a little bit back up there, but I'll pick it up and I'll pick up Phantom Liberty Library.
fucking stop it right now.
Which is it actually?
It is Liberty.
Liberty.
Okay.
It's $52 for PC right now. But if you
we'll
want
see.
it on Sexbox, it's
Yeah, well, I don't have a sex.
it's $34 at
But do you have
Walmart for
Game
PC.
Pass, Mike?
It's not on Game Pass, is it?
It's not.
No, yeah.
Oh.
It is
And
not.
that'll be good. I haven't played any of the Witcher games. I like watching Witcher gameplay, which whatever. But another trilogy is more stuff to watch. It's got me 6 more years of watching shit. So
I don't like having sex.
I
but
like
watching
watching.
people almost always dressed as Superman. So,
what about you, Nick? Anything that
any of this excite
whets
you?
your whistle?
No,
I like
dude,
to
'cause
have
you
sex.
came.
I don't like to watch. No, I'm not really interested in. I'm not really interested in any of this. Maybe one day I'll get around to Cyberpunk. You guys trashed it so hard that I was like, I guess I'll never play that.
Jer liked it.
Yeah,
Jer
that's
also
true.
had a 3090 and a really nice processor, so his
So,
computer could run
This
it.
is like, oh, cool, yeah.
Whereas
this is how it
on
should.
my 1080, it was like, what is 60 FPS? Yeah. And Danny would play, and his game would just turn
Trash.
into clay people
Yeah.
and then turn off his PlayStation. Like his
like
PlayStation
we've
would kill
overheated.
itself. Yeah. Oh, CD Projekt Red. You had me for a bit,
You
and then
did.
you lost me.
Oh, they still got me. They never had me, but they might have me now.
You know who might
I might
have
not,
me?
I might just not have to watch anymore. They might have me.
You know who has me?
Who's got you, Pat?
Illumination Studios, because the fucking Super Mario Brothers movie trailer came out, and let me tell you something. Where is Bob Hoskins? Where is Dennis Hopper?
No, just wait. You gotta wait.
Where is John Leguizamo playing an Italian plumber? This is not what I was promised.
I know.
He's playing Spawn in this movie.
Oh, perfect. All right. So I'll go ahead and start this. Despite the fact that this is clearly made for children, I will be critiquing this as if this is meant for adults.
It's got to have like an in between because
Yeah.
yes, obviously it's a Nintendo property, so it's going to be made for like an E for everybody or probably PG.
Yeah.
But there's been 40 years of people who've been
Yes.
around with Mario.
Right. So
Yeah.
it does have to like
Mario,
walk.
you son of a bitch.
It does have to walk a line.
First of all,
The king of the Koopas!
incredible. All good stuff so far.
All great. Bowser looks so good.
Bowser looks fucking yoked.
And he
Fucking
looks
Jack Black.
He looks like Jack Black. Like
Yeah.
his face in this, it damn well looks like a Jack
Like-
Black expression. Look,
Like, dude, that Jack Black, I mean, I guarantee you that's a modulation too on his voice.
it might not be. Like,
Let's see.
Is this Pablo from the Backyardigans family?
These are the guys from N64 that you
yeah,
could
they're
throw
tired
off
of our babies getting thrown away.
I love that.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
It's so good. He's
Yeah.
so damn good.
It does sound like, it does look like him. It's good casting is what it is.
Yeah, he's great casting.
He's
This
great
looks
casting.
fantastic.
Yeah, all this looks really good.
Like in universe.
Who's gonna stop me?
He's finally got his nut. This also
then
looks really good.
It does look beautiful.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And then
Well, hold
now-
on. Listen. The first line I'm okay with.
What is this place?
I was okay with that.
That's just Chris Pratt.
That okay. That's fine though. I remember when they first announced him, we talked about this, and I said, "You guys, they could not have him speaking like a fucking idiot the whole
Well,
movie."
I
What?
mean,
Tell you said he
they
used to
could-
play
All he had to do was add a little bit on there. What is this
okay.
place? Like, and that's all you had to do.
Oh no! You get ready for that
Oh,
second line.
no.
Here we go. Listen.
Do not
He sounds good too. Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah.
He sounds like Toad. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
My favorite thing online is everybody is like, he sounds like Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers right there.
Oh my god.
He really does. So, okay.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Great cast list. Sebastian Maniscalco's in this. I forgot. Charles Martinet's in this.
Wait, as who?
I can't remember who he's playing. In
Not
it, but,
Mario.
Like, not Mario.
But
which-
listen, like I said previously, at no point did I ever think
he's got cameo
that
roles.
he was
apparently.
gonna
I really thought you were gonna say he's got cancer.
that
No,
he
no,
was
no.
going to talk or speak like video game Mario. It's just not possible.
I
Why
didn't,
not?
I didn't think he was going to give like the full. Well, here's the thing: if they were gonna do that, they would have put Charles Martinet.
Me when
in
I
it.
hear Mario's
Yeah.
voice.
all of the memes from this are
Yeah,
fantastic.
Nick, have you seen this meme? Me when I hear Mario's voice.
Yeah.
There was one that was like, where it's like The Godfather
Oh,
when he's in the garden with the oranges.
Yeah, when he's holding his goddaughter or
I
something.
just put a couple things in the show drop. Tab
Oh,
if you
shit.
want.
So, my whole thing here is that like this is only 2 lines. Okay,
yeah.
this is 2 lines. It's not. You don't even have close to judging what 2 hours this is gonna be.
Right.
If your expectation was he's gonna sound like Charles Martinet the whole movie, that you were mistaken from the start.
Right.
That being said, the potential to bully the studio into changing not the actor but his performance still on the
Still
table.
exists. We can Sonic the
Still,
Hedgehog
we could-
this.
and it would absolutely be easier than
Oh, yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
It's like, hey Chris, can you come in for 3 days? Whereas opposed to
Yeah. Can I have a decades professional voice
Yeah.
actor come in and just be like, yeah, what do I have to do? I'll be Mario.
yeah,
Easy.
Can I get 6 hours?
Yeah.
And then I mean, like you don't got to push the release date or anything. Whereas 24 hours after the Sonic trailer came out, that movie got pushed 6 months.
I saw
The teeth were weird.
I
Okay,
saw-
they were weird.
There was a tweet that was like, I'm going to pay Charles Martinet however long it takes on Cameo to re-record all of the lines. And then it was like, I'm going to hand meticulously redub it and put it out as a bootleg. Like, I was like, I get it.
So, but everything else looks good so far.
I was going to say, what do you think?
Everything-
How do you think of Mario's design?
I mean,
His face looks incredible.
Besides taking his ass from us,
he
which
looked.
they did.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not a fan of assless Mario. Okay,
Let it be known.
let it be known that I'm a man of the
All right,
ass.
Real
okay?
quick for me, just pull up the Discord show drops.
Okay.
All right, I'll switch away. Tell me when you. I just put 2 things in there. First one's a link. Second one's an
Okay,
image.
yes.
Never forget
This
what
is
they took.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is literally what we were just talking about. Here's number 1.
Never forget what they took from us.
He's got like a Hank Hill ass on the right. Like,
Peggy, I sell propane.
I'll sell propane.
And then let's see.
And then of course, we called this one.
We did call this one.
Hey, let it be known.
They took this was Jess's category. When this came out, I sent it to Jess. I was like, "What are we, a joke to them?"
Yeah.
Look, Mario is one of our best asses in gaming.
It's you know,
Of all
honestly it's
time.
true. So
I like his design.
he looks listen, and here's the thing. This probably isn't done yet.
Let's see
So
his
this
face
has
again.
the potential to be like even something
Yeah.
even more special. You want to see his face?
what
again?
what I like is that, you know, movies always look a little bit different. Like for even if you're
He looks so good.
he looks great.
He
He looks
looks
very I think all of the things are proportional enough
Yeah.
that like in the games and shit he's got like huge eyes and whatnot. But these are going to make it more expressive.
Yeah.
Mushroom
And like we're not even talking about nobody's mentioned the castle yet. Nobody's mentioned the clouds or like look at the floating islands
Yeah,
and all
dude,
the
it looks
terrain
gorgeous.
and all the like this looks fucking incredible.
Kingdom, here we come.
Here we
Oh, Bobby.
And like, all right, so I was playing Dead by Daylight with my buddy Mark, and he was talking about this, and he was talking about specifically how Chris Pratt went around saying that this is going to be something you've never heard
Never
in the Mario
heard, yeah.
universe, and like all he arrived at was Chris Pratt with a slight Brooklyn accent, like, which by the way would be like years above his age. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
To have this, style. Also, I just noticed. Watch when Mario steps off of this mushroom.
Here we come.
Do you see that?
Where
Did you
it's
see
like-
the
it's
bend?
texture.
Do you see the texture
Where it
work?
almost felt
That
like,
right
yeah.
there is that's what makes these
Let's-
things feel
well, play
real.
that back
here's
again?
here's the thing. Like Nintendo is the like what they try to do like as a company.
See, look at the first one.
Yeah.
Watch the
Here.
light on the first one. See that one? See that one? And then
yeah.
they feel like they have weight
Mm-hmm.
because something reacts to them.
Well,
you know?
Nintendo is very much about like the Japanese excellence and perfection, kind of like
Which
they
is
have that.
funny that you say that because apparently when this movie was sent over to Nintendo the first time, they sent it back and said, "We're not putting this out."
And they started their own animation, or they bought their own animation studio
What?
because of
Yup.
yeah, they got it and they were like absolutely
while
not.
the-
I want to see that version.
Well, that's
Ooh.
probably the version that we're gonna get because it's Illumination, so it's like Minions. So there's gonna be a lot of that humor, and I wouldn't
Which is what all the
be
penguins like. The
surprised-
penguins and Koopas are.
I wouldn't be surprised that a bunch of older Japanese men who run Nintendo wouldn't find that stuff to be particularly hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also like culturally not. It's like like Minions was a meme here. Minions probably didn't even make any money in Japan if it even came out. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
I get. Yeah, it's not the same like
it's not
cultural
that
buffoonery
same-
in
yeah,
that way.
yeah,
like it's a
you know?
different type of thing.
It's an unsanctioned buffoonery.
I do
That's
not.
what it is.
I do not sanction your buffoonery.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's an unsanctioned buffoonery.
It's a note from Nintendo executives. Like,
Yeah.
I do not sanction your buffoonery.
Yeah, it's unsanctioned buffoonery on the part of Illumination. So,
but I do get that. I get that with all the
but
Koopas.
there's no fucking way that they made a deal to make this movie and they didn't lock in 2 sequels and that entire cast. So I think that that there will be 2 more. I think there'll be a whole trilogy of these with Illumination and Nintendo, and then everything else like Zelda or whatever, like that is all going. Dude, I'm sure
a Zelda movie.
Donkey Kong's getting a movie too. I think that is also through Illumination.
And Cranky Kong.
Ooh, you know what I would
getting a
really like?
spin-off.
I would love if they did a trilogy, but of like almost other unsanctioned of almost other games. Like if the second of this trilogy was like Luigi's Mansion as a movie.
Ooh.
Oh,
I would love that.
That would be cool.
And then Mario Golf. That's the third one.
And it starts with like Luigi having to move into like a haunted mansion because like, you know, he's like
His uncle died and
or
left it to him.
Yeah, but it's also in the middle of like a criminal case and it starts with him like on a phone like, what do you mean an affidavit or some shit like that, you
And
know,
then
like
That's
where we
Charlie
get-
Day.
yeah.
What do you mean affidavit?
yeah.
We get lawyer Mario.
Oh, I forgot.
Ooh.
Is Luigi's in this trailer,
He is
right?
in this trailer. Yeah, he's at the very end.
Is he?
I saw a Luigi in this trailer, in part of a trailer. Yeah, here, hold on. Here we go. You know what? Everything at Comic-Con was like when Bowser came on screen, they cheered. When Luigi came on screen, they cheered. When Mario came on screen and
I
they
bet
heard
everyone
Chris
was
Pratt,
quiet.
it was silent.
Yeah.
From multiple accounts, they were like, Luigi!
Those fucking those poor Comic-Con kids. I mean, I'm gonna be one tomorrow.
You're tomorrow, you're going.
I'm going tomorrow, yeah. It's only open from 10 to 5 tomorrow, which is like more than enough time. Because Sunday at New York Comic Con, and like this is not to shit on anything, because like it is still a good time.
Yeah.
It's really just shopping.
Oh, yeah.
It's really that's what it is.
You've done all of your main things.
It all happened on Thursday through Saturday. It's the least amount of people are there, and the vendors are all running deals because they're just trying to. They don't want to pack up all this shit.
Carry all this shit in a box.
Yeah, so I think what's gonna happen is I'm probably gonna get some more. I want to get a vertical piece for there, something over there, and then something small but expensive. Like I don't need like 3 statues. I need like
You just
one
want
that
one
costs 3.
quality good. Yeah.
like something that's like, damn, okay,
okay.
okay,
Okay.
Good.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the Super Mario Brothers trailer.
Honestly, better than I thought it would end up.
It looks great.
I had no doubt with Illumination.
I had slight doubt because it's just
I really didn't.
It's just a beloved,
Yeah.
property, and I think it looks great.
Do we think there's going to be like cutaway gags where, like there's a sequence where they gotta get into race cars and there's a Mario Kart sequence?
I hope that there's a lot of little
You know what? I'm
nods
glad
and
you brought this up.
homages, not necessarily like an entire sequence. around
Because
it.
we're talking about like what powers would they be using in this movie, and like I saw somebody on Reddit brought up the flower. Like, how are they going to do the flower, or how would they do the cape, or like the fucking like cat suit and shit?
Paper Mario.
I think the cat
Tanuki
suit comes later. I think the cape and the flower, no, the flower and the mushroom are the two biggest. Like they
and the
might.
star, because Bowser's trying to steal the star.
Absolutely. I think those three are the most likely to make an appearance in this one, mainly because not only are they the most common, but they are the most popular. But also think about it, like the way that Sonic the Hedgehog movies, like the rings, he doesn't like collect them and that's like his life force. He throws them and they open up portals that he can like run through, and like that's how they get to Green Hill Zone and the Wall of China in the first one. Like it's all over the place. So what's the film version of the flower and the mushroom? Does he actually eat the mushroom, or does he like crush the mushroom up and snort it, or like
shove it up his ass?
The flower, like does he just like what about the blocks, like the dung dung dung, you know what I
think
mean?
the blocks will be in there. I think all of the power-ups he might just like grab.
What about the coins? Is this motherfucker going the whole movie collecting loose change? Like what's going on?
He may be.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think they might?
I mean, I think they're gonna do. I think it's gonna be like, like in Wreck-It Ralph, where there was like all of the little background, tiny homages to like 5,000 games.
So you think they'd use those for like world building as opposed to
I think it's world
like
building versus like actual
story devices.
He'll
and stuff
probably
like that.
get a mushroom or a fire flower fighting Bowser.
Yeah, he might get one, and like,
but it's not going to be like the thing where he's like walking down the street and the market has them all over. Like they're commonplace things.
Yeah.
That's my
Makes
guess.
Sense. Yeah. Not everybody in Mushroom Kingdom's just doing shrooms at any time and getting really big.
Yeah, don't touch it, you'll die.
So, in one last question, this version of Toad, is that a hat or is it his head?
Pull it back up.
I'm gonna say hat.
Let's see
where we're at.
There it is.
It looks like a hat.
It does look like a hat. But what is Toad if not a mushroom person? Yeah.
What is Toad?
He's got no nose.
No nose.
I think like it's got to be part of him, right?
So Toad is a fictional character, Nick.
That's
what Wikipedia
this
says.
This is also like
a humanoid with a mushroom.
This is also when Yoshi had eyes on his head, and then they moved his eyes to like above his head, and it's like, what the fuck are they attached to now?
Don't worry about it. You don't have to answer.
Yeah. So I think he's wearing a hat too. Hopefully they'll play a gag, like he'll fall over,
it'll fall off,
and he'll have like beautiful hair or something. You know,
that would be great.
Yeah, you know, something long and flowing.
That would be funny.
So speaking of long and flowing, I don't know what the okay, you can judge this one. This is a bad segue. We watched Werewolf by Night for this podcast.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
A Marvel movie.
Marvel Halloween special, the first one ever.
Spooktacular.
Did you guys see who the director was, first of all?
No.
It's Michael Giacchino.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
This is his first directorial effort.
No shit.
Yeah, and he says he loves composing and he's still going to compose, but he also wants to direct movies.
You know,
too.
that makes sense because it's such a hearkening back to a classic like horror film.
Oh, what, Werewolf by Night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this movie reminds me of like the
directing.
1933 like Mummy movie.
Oh, literally, yeah, it's done exactly like that, and we'll get more into it. But it's like that's actually makes sense. Is like this is a good foray into it.
Yeah. So, for anyone who doesn't know, this came out on Disney Plus last night,
October 7th.
It was probably like what, 50 minutes?
54 minutes.
54 minutes, but let's say how long do you think that was really with like normal?
48.
Yeah, something like
that.
that.
A solid 45
and it's
minutes
just
of
a single
performance.
one-off. It's not connected to any of the MCU in any really meaningful capacity, although it does exist within the MCU. Because why wouldn't it? Silly us. And it's good. It's good stuff. I think it reminds me of a lot of like, you know when like movies put like previews for other movies in like the IMAX screening? Like when I saw Rise of Skywalker, I saw like the first 10-15 minutes of Tenet.
Yeah.
When I saw Mission Impossible, I saw like the first 10-15 minutes of The Dark Knight Rises. You know what I mean?
To me, it felt more like
it was like that.
when there's a fake movie in a movie.
Right,
This
right,
is
right.
what that felt
Right, like if they were watching like a horror movie in the Avengers or
Yeah,
something.
because
Yes.
like no one really does specials anymore, so I didn't know what my expectation was supposed to be.
I loved it.
And yeah, and I kind of got to that point where I was like, oh, this is supposed to be like we're just having a good time.
This is the kind of shit that I'm like, they should be doing more of.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need to be doing 8, again, as we've said time and time, like 6 to 8 episode spin-offs of existing IP with characters that we know. Not great. A 55-minute thing where it was like, this is Halloween-y, it's cool, it's quick and fun. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I loved watching it.
I like the 2 actors too. They're really good. And dude, fucking Man-Thing is the best thing about this whole fucking thing. I got a question for you, Nick, right off the bat. What did you think of Man-Thing? Because I can't imagine you liking Man-Thing.
Why? Wait, why not?
He's a CGI character. He's kind of a gimmick at times too.
He's very gimmicky.
And the fact that she calls this motherfucker Ted, and he gets the fucking teddy bear eyes. I was like, you have got to be. They have made Man-Thing adorable. Like what?
My heart?
Yeah.
Man-Thing didn't bother me at all.
No?
No.
Oh, good. What did you think?
I'm
What did you think?
surprised.
What did you think overall, Nick?
Overall, it was okay. I didn't dislike it, but it really didn't do much for me. I thought
didn't-
the storytelling, you're working with 50 minutes,
Yeah.
so that's tough. But it really didn't get me excited. Like, there's things that I'm like, I keep referencing Sandman. I'm watching Sandman right now. I watched episode 5 of Sandman, and the first 35 minutes is just people interacting in a diner, having mundane conversations, and I was at the edge of my fucking seat the whole time, just because of the way they present it. Werewolf by Night, I was just like, okay,
Well, yeah, I know
I'm
this
here
is
for the right. It was just blah.
yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't anything that's going to be obviously like groundbreaking. or
Yeah,
whatever. It's
you're
just,
not. You're not. I don't think you're supposed to take this with you. I think,
No, this is
Yeah.
supposed to be like, oh, this is kind of
This is
fun,
a good
like,
time.
for a movie night with my
Yeah.
kids or something like that. or-
So I will say the first half was definitely not as exciting as the second half. But for people who don't know, I guess we'll just set up the story real quick. So Werewolf by Night is about it takes place in like the 40s, like late 30s, early 40s, and it's about a bunch of monster hunters who get together on this one beautiful night to hunt a monster and collect what is called the Bloodstone.
yeah, the main monster hunter dude dies, leaves behind his locket,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
amulet or whatever.
The dad.
Yeah, and so they're all collectively coming together for like the
special
most
night.
dangerous game type thing.
Yeah, and so I mean, judging by literally the title, as you know, our hero is a werewolf by night, and
A
guess
man
what the
by
fuck
day.
happens. And the hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah, it does a fun little kind of play as like they're all going to go hunt a monster, which is Man-Thing or
Yeah.
Ted. And whoever kills him or survives and wins, they get the amulet because it's attached to his back.
Yes.
And the amulet's super powerful. It makes you strong. It makes you have long life. It makes you do a bunch of shit.
Yeah. It's basically, it reminded me of an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, it's like a Philosopher's Stone, Infinity Stone kind of concept.
It's another MacGuffin.
It's another MacGuffin, but it's all done. It's all black and white except for the amulet, which is red.
Makes
and then
that meme of, I don't want to be a hater. I'll be hating.
I'll be hating.
But
It's all black and white. It's like the smoke and mirror classic kind of thing,
Except for the amulet.
except for the amulet and except at the very, very end where they introduce color.
What'd you guys think of the black and white?
I loved it. I
It was
thought
cool too.
Again, this is what, like, it's so funny we're coming off of the Munsters, which was like tried to do what this did, shit the bed. And then this, which is like, I'm just going to basically stick to the tropes. I'm not going to do anything brand new. And that was
the
fine.
other thing was they told us what this was before we watched it. You know what I mean?
Well, like,
Rob
the classic,
Zombie
Whereas
lied to
Rob
us.
Zombie's was whatever. Just you go ahead and digest
oh,
this.
here, this? Yeah, have it.
Yeah.
How about in the hats off entertainment where it's just like Rob Zombie is like, that's as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. I think like for me, like if I were to like summarize my feelings on this, is that I was kind of bored and disinterested in the first 10 minutes, and then when they revealed what the concept was and how the plan was going to unfold, I was like, okay, cool. And then when it was the extra layer of like, oh, he's really the hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like it kind of built for me. And then that last action sequence, I was like, if fucking Blade doesn't look like this, we're going to have a problem.
Did you? I found it like so stupid the way he's throwing the bomb at the wall and it keeps falling down. And it's like, there's a clear crack right there. You could have just shoved it. Yeah. It was like so corny. And I get that they're going for campy. But it's just like, that was the kind of thing that
but that would have happened in like Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man.
Exactly.
Or like Meet the Mummy.
The thing. Like
that's kind of like when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I watched those movies as a kid. So when I'm watching this was it in 4:3, by the way?
No, it was
was it full 16:9?
It was full 16:9.
And it was in black and white. I was just like, okay. Now I
really like they put the cigarette burns in the corner.
Yeah, dude.
That was a nice touch.
Or like on like old film, like fucked up.
Well, yeah, okay. So we saw that and I was like, oh, Liz, did you see that? And she said, no, what was that? I go, they put that in there on purpose because I remember going to the movies as a kid, and what that does is that tells the projectionist it's time to switch the reel.
Switch the reel, yeah.
So then the next projector can pick up for the next scene, right? So it's funny that they put that in there, though, because you would see that in a film from the 40s.
Yeah.
That isn't dirty porn.
That isn't nasty porn.
At your peep show.
It's your peep show. I watched a whole video one day.
Yeah, you went back on Pearl's
I went back on Pearl's Peep Show.
Was it good?
It was weird.
I've been away for too long.
They didn't know how to light dicks back then. Anyway, so non-spoiler, I would give this.
There's nothing to non-spoil. It's
yes,
like,
there is. There is plenty of shit at the last half of this that is worth spoiling. Because, dude, yes, there is. Everything that they tell you in the first half, what reveals in the second half is like, okay, so what was the point of the first half?
Yes, and fine.
I thought for me, I feel like this usually happens. I thought the first half was more interesting. And then when they got into like generic fight scenes, I was just like, whatever.
So 1 out of 10 non-spoiler, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, for what it wants to do, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's it's a 50-minute jaunt.
What about you,
I'd give
Nick?
it probably closer to a 7, 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
Pig. Anyway,
you gave it a 7.5.
Yeah, but that's because like what it is as a thing. You know, like I can't.
Well, that's the thing.
I just saw Smile and I gave Smile an 8 out of 10.
True.
So
well, you can't also compare that to that. It's just kind of like.
I fucking can.
You can. I know you can.
Werewolf design. How do we feel about it?
Okay, yeah. So let's get into spoilers. Werewolf design.
It's not a spoiler.
Awful.
That's what I said. Nick.
No, yeah, it is because they didn't show him
that's
in
like
any of the trailers.
That's like saying in Dracula, like, oh shit, the title Dracula.
Right,
now he's gonna be
what a
Dracula.
spoiler.
Okay, but like what I'm saying is that like the final form of what he was going to transform into, they did not give that away.
Yeah, they did. Literally in the picture for it is his face and then a silhouette.
A silhouette, yeah, but it's not
spoiling
him. Like it's not the final form.
Oh, well, so we agree that the werewolf design was pretty crappy.
Yeah. It was
what
pretty
about the
lackluster.
transformation? And I get it was a stylistic thing, but I was so disappointed to not see a cool. Werewolves
the
of
bone
London.
Cracking, like
that would have been so
well,
cool.
it reminded me of like, okay, so do you guys remember when the Hulk used to transform? It looked really painful.
Yeah.
Like his bones would be breaking and regrowing and like he'd get really angry. And like the Ang Lee movies specifically really got that. And like the 2000, I was like, where they just got rid of that in Marvel. Like every time, like now the Hulk can transform in or out. It's whatever.
I think
like
that you can explain it away with.
Right.
He's just learned how.
He knows how to do it. Yeah.
But I also But that's the thing here is that like clearly the MCU knows how to do that though. So why didn't they do it
but
here?
In
though?
Context, they did it with his hand.
I'm pointing at the TV I watched it on. That's
Okay, I was wondering what was
he
going
does
on.
it. You see it with his hand where it starts to crack and turn. But then it switches to the woman, the daughter, Elsa, and it just does a very classic old horror thing where it's just a long kind of shot zooming into her. It's uncut and you see the silhouette.
Right.
So it's like that's doing,
and it's like the background. Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
see,
it's doing it from a practical standpoint because back then they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, no. The reason that it looks like that. Okay. First of all, that's harder to do now than it was back then because when they wanted to do a zoom like that, it was it was not a dolly. It was
Not the
it
zoom.
was a lens.
Yeah, not the zoom.
That would make the foreground go back and bring the subject
Yeah.
forward.
I'm talking
Whereas
about-
like that what they're doing here though, they have to like do that with CGI now.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is they're not showing him actually transform. They're
Yes,
showing
yes.
his shadow, because back then they wouldn't have been able to do like
Have you
anything
ever seen the
besides like
Wolfman?
a fade in and fade. Well, yeah, but like like
Hold on.
Which Wolfman are you talking about?
The one from the fucking.
but it was also for like campy horror building,
Okay, so
Mike,
this one.
I totally agree. Like that's the reasoning, but I was
You just didn't
disappointed
like it?
to not see a transformation. Even I would have been fine if it looked bad.
So-
you know what I mean?
So
Yeah, here you go. This is what I wanted.
yeah,
this-
where it fades, like they just keep him in the same spot and they just
Yeah.
do a
yeah. So this movie actually, he stood there for hours while they put all that makeup on, and then they, transition between the shots.
yeah.
I think there's one of his face too, actually, or might just
They'll
show
probably
his
just gonna
feet.
show
'cause
us.
this is-
Gutters.
yeah. So like somehow this is still better than the design that was
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, I wasn't
Werewolf
crazy
by
about
Night.
it. I did like
But like I really like out of all like werewolves, vampires, and all that shit, out of that section of horror, I like werewolves the most. So I like went into this with the most like partial views on on werewolves.
I
So-
did really like how they messed with the lighting and never like really showing a full version of his face
Yeah.
initially. Like I thought like that was a cool thing too, with the horror element of being like, we're not just gonna be like monster.
Yeah. What'd you think about his ability to get down as a werewolf? He werewolfed out nice.
To get down
like,
as a werewolf?
He was like, as far as like I'm a werewolf in a superhero world, he did what I expected him
He's
to
a
do.
little seal girl.
He tore
Living
through,
in
Seal world.
the seal world.
He tore through all those motherfuckers like it was no problem.
Well, they're also not, and none of them are superheroes. Those people.
I mean, yeah, I get that. My point is though that he was nice. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
like he was just like a.
right?
He's not like. Have you guys ever seen Cursed, the werewolf movie?
I don't think so.
I thought every character in this movie made the worst decisions, and again, I know it's a classic trope, but it's like the whole time I was just like sighing over. Yeah, of course they're gonna do the dumbest possible thing.
I liked that weird tall person with like the almost like
Here it
woman
is.
with the-
Iceland. Was
So-
it a woman? The super tall, skinny person.
This is a scene from Cursed.
Uh-huh.
That's Christina Ricci, I think.
Yeah.
With her face.
And then that's Jesse Eisenberg.
yeah.
This was Wes Craven, Kevin Williamson, same guys who did Scream.
Mm-hmm.
They worked with Harvey Weinstein again. Like it was all there for the taking. And this is what, and like this one scene should tell you the quality of the
All
movie.
right, I'm ready.
Boy.
Watch, ready? Here we go.
What the fuck?
Okay, there it is. There
He
it
flips
was.
him up and then the cops just shoot him.
Okay. Like,
Whoa!
hold on, where's the, like that's, like look how horrible the mask is. Like it's absolutely awful. But so that's what I'm saying. Like it's really not the worst werewolf out
Yeah.
there, but it's pretty uninspired. The blood was fucking sick.
Yeah, like that was cool practical
They did
effects.
it
Like when
in
she gets
black and
cut, when
white.
she gets cut on her leg, and the blood kind of spews a bit, and then
How about when he rips out that one guy? Like you see his sternum.
did you? See,
I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this on fucking Disney Plus.
yeah,
right
when they're
now.
they're in that hall shot when that door is closing, it's like continued
That's
shot.
what I'm saying, yeah.
and
That's
then the blood
Yeah.
splatters on the camera.
Oh yeah.
Like that-
Oh, that's right. And it's
Yeah.
running down the lens and everything. That
I was like,
cool
that's
too.
cool.
Yeah, I liked all that. That was really good.
You know, my favorite part was there's that whole sequence where the gate is closing and he's ripping up those dudes. And it's like that's supposed to be like that's the way out. He's banging on the door. And then afterwards, he just runs to another door and bursts out. Like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
Well, I
Figured
think
it
it's
out.
yeah, doesn't matter.
So let's talk about Ted. So
Ted Turner.
So Ted Turner is the
Ted
monster
Turner.
that they're hunting. I'd like to hunt Ted Turner. Anyway, so Ted he's Man Thing, and that's the monster that they're all there to hunt, and he has the bloodstone on his back. But it turns out that our guy, what's his name?
Remus Lupin.
Remus Lupin.
Now let's
Jack, right?
is that Jack?
I think it is.
Jack Sparrow. He's
Close. Close. Jack Sparrow is back.
back. Either way though, our main guy, he is he turns out he's friends with Ted. And he's actually not trying to hunt Ted at all. He's trying to kill the other hunters and make sure Ted gets out.
Jack Russell
Jack Russell.
Terrier.
Jack Russell Terrier. And Ted Turner. So yeah, and that eventually does happen. They collect the Bloodstone, and when Jack Russell Terrier tries to pick up the Bloodstone's like, no, because he's a monster. And then that like discount Kathy Bates.
That's a fair.
Oh yeah,
That's a great description of her.
Like discount Kathy Bates is screaming about how like you are one of them, yada yada yada.
You are a piece of shit.
They put him in a cell. They make him turn into a werewolf. They try to kill him. He kills everybody in the room, and it is awesome. And then Man-Thing shows up, disintegrates somebody, and leaves. And then they go have a good time.
They're having coffee in the morning, and then sushi.
Yo, Man-Thing knows how to use a French press.
Man thinks that he is a man
and a thing.
and a thing.
What thing?
A thing.
Anything.
But I do like, in the very, very end, they kind of do like the shawarma, like, we'll go get sushi thing.
Yeah. It was very MCU after that, which once again is fine because I'm into that.
Now, this might be a stupid question. Did they have sushi back then? Was sushi a thing that the Western world had back then?
We also don't 100. Do we know that it's deliberately like taking place back then?
What do you guys think about the tasers? Because for me, like that felt super anachronistic.
What do you mean?
Well, this is where I was like, when do you think this took place? I know it's supposed to be like a old timing kind of thing, but like it could also. I don't know if it ever says, but yeah, I kind of agree, Nick. Like the near stormtrooper-esque dudes, like
very weird.
Okay, so director Michael Giacchino. Spoiler: it's not a very clear answer. Cool. So he doesn't really.
They
know
just
either.
leave it pretty ambiguous with it.
Yeah.
Okay, which is fine. We see Victor Rolas.
The quote from the director is, "We never had the discussion. We never talked about what this meant for past, present, or future MCU. The only thing we all agreed on is that it would take place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, it's there. We never say how or why, but the choice we just said, we felt like there's so brilliantly this whole interweaving connective world with all these characters over the past how many years, and I didn't know how to improve upon that. I didn't know how to make that better or bring something new to that." So, like I said, they probably just
matter.
don't. Yeah, it does. Once again, I don't think it matters because of what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, here you go, pigs. Which and it was good.
Yeah. So I was like, give me the slop.
Is more than you can say for any of the other MCU properties that have been out for a little bit.
You mean She-Hulk? The last episode. Oh, that's fun.
When they made Daredevil walk of shame without his boots on, I was like,
look what they massacred my boy.
I was like, what are you doing? Have you learned nothing?
It's fine.
Like, I'm not even upset that they did that. It's just like, you have She-Hulk and Daredevil. Do something cool.
No.
Like, not just have them fight for 2 seconds in a parking lot, and then have Daredevil walk of shame home. Like, in the morning, dressed up as Daredevil with his shoes off, as if he was some sort of young lady coming home from a party.
Or man. They don't call him Charlie Cox for no reason.
I've never taken my shoes off.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Okay. It's like a heels.
It's a heels thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's not specific. This does not specifically apply to them.
You know, maybe you've never.
Maybe men wear heels
you've
too.
You've never worn heels out.
Fuck no, and
you're already tall. You don't need to.
Even then, just my fucking dude.
These dogs will be barking all day.
Exactly. It's fucked up. All right. So anyway, yeah, that was Werewolf by Night, and
it's a fun little thing.
Just watch it. You know. Just consume the content machine.
Unrelated, I watched the Hocus Pocus sequel.
I did too.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I liked that. I felt they kept really, really well in theme with like the old one. It felt like watching an original Disney Channel movie.
It did not feel forced at all.
Yes, and I was like, this is great. There's fun. There's some fun little things. There's some good payoffs that were like exciting.
And they had, what's his name? The guy, he's like, oh, Scrooge, we gotta fight the Bonies.
Sam Richardson.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the Bonies have come through.
I haven't watched it yet.
I think you'll like it.
But I liked the original one back in the day.
Yeah.
But I can't watch that movie now.
It's different, yeah, obviously. They do a really good job. Okay. I was happy about it.
Does my girl ride a vacuum cleaner?
Mm-hmm. She rides a Swiffer.
Yeah. I'm so yes.
And then
yes.
I won't spoil the other one because there's another.
Cool. Cool. All right, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm watching Hellraiser tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what I'm doing tonight because it seems like everybody's got plans tonight but me, and it's one of those things where it's like I could go do any one of those things.
Everybody.
But yeah, probably watching Hellraiser tonight.
Cool.
And I'll probably put a video out on that.
Little vid.
Little vid.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of little vid, Nicholas.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
All right, set me up here, Nick.
So this is like some type of car show, and people are checking out some cars.
Cool. All right, let's do it. I already don't like that.
Is it going to be from off cam?
Okay. Oh, nope. He's like, hey, man, stop. Okay.
They're trying to push.
Oh!
Oh, God. Okay, go back.
Shit.
This is what I was wondering. I was like, is it going to be this car?
So, what do we... So, fucking... That's the Batmobile chasing fucking Penguin down the highway.
Because
right
like
now.
that, there was a car there that hits.
Yeah.
That is gone. Like... That's a correct fucking
Is there
response.
not another angle from this?
Not that I know of.
No, because like that car just gets...
What hits it?
Is it a truck?
What threat? Hold on.
Pat, can you play it slow again?
Hold on. I gotta pull up.
Shoot.
I gotta pull up the thread real quick. I gotta see what the fuck.
All right, so like one by one. That guy's dead. You see the guy in front of that car?
Yeah.
Done. Look, watch. Eviscerated. It
He's
looks
now-
like a bus or a truck,
He's now
right?
a red mist.
Yeah.
I can't see what hits it.
Yeah, it's so fast.
It looks
there's
like
not
it
a single
just
frame.
takes off.
See, like that. Like it almost looks like a train.
If this, this is the scene from fucking Inception.
Wait, is it a train?
Okay, apparently
No,
that
it's-
was a drunk driver. I'm not sure what the outcome is. These kind of car meets aren't exactly on the news because of federal law. Maybe around Mexico and the verge of the Texas border, federal law means nobody say nothing.
So several people died, and they're like, "Yeah, we had a car meetup. We don't want to ruin
what
that."
do you mean meets aren't exactly this news? Federal law reporting it. Oh, okay. Someone said maybe this is in New Jersey. Only 2 people died according to the article. And,
Only 2.
That's
and
honestly not.
one
bad.
was the passenger of the Honda of the drunk driver sideswiped.
Ooh.
All right, well, at least that's something.
Someone posted it in the thread. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Well, it is a watch people die clip, Nick.
What?
Yeah,
no,
it's a watch
Mike,
people-
this is a watch a car get
Chaos
Right,
as
right,
a
right,
pop-up
right.
car
Off
route.
camera, off
Oh,
camera.
this was on the Jersey Shore.
hit.
Yeah?
Oh, fuck.
This is from September 26, 2022. Resulted
Right
in the
after my
deaths along chaos at pop-up
Mike,
car.
do you remember what
Oh,
happened
this happened
after
in
your birthday?
Wildwood. Wait a minute. I kind of remember hearing about this now.
I don't. Wait, Nick,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you went out, for your birthday, you had a good time.
I
Then
can-
what,
I
you
can-
don't remember what happened after that?
So-
I have several people that can corroborate I was in New York.
Okay.
I was not near Wildwood.
So, according to a September 25th news release from Cape May County Prosecutor's Office, Gerald J. White, Gerald J. White, 37 of Pennsylvania, crashed his car into a Honda before hitting 2 pedestrians, including 18-year-old Lindsay Weekland. I think I remember this now. I
Yeah.
heard about this a few weeks ago. Also a Pennsylvanian who died at the scene at 9:30 p.m. The prosecutor office says, "Oof, man, Gerald, my guy, you are going to
Ooh,
fucking
to
prison.
jail and
straight
prison.
to jail, my guy."
Do not pass go.
The passenger of the Honda, Timothy Ogden, 34 of Clayton,
Chalamet.
New Jersey.
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant of Clayton, New Jersey, died from his injuries
Oh,
at the
shit.
nearby hospital, according to the. So,
Damn.
so this guy crashed into a Honda before hitting 2. Okay, so the 2 pedestrians died.
Or one pedestrian died, then the passenger died.
All right. Oh, okay. They're showing pictures of the people who died.
Oh, great.
So
Before or after the accident?
before.
Oh, good. Okay.
Good.
Acceptable.
Oh, thank God.
Here are the autopsies.
White faces several charges in connection with 2 people. Snyder's going to bring race into it, including 2 counts of death by auto. According to the prosecutor's office, he was detained and is awaiting court proceedings. Damn, yo, bro. Mayor Pete Byron, which is so what a fucking. That's a casualty of war name right there.
Unfortunate.
Which,
That's
by the way,
a Karen Byron lives somewhere.
Speaking of Byron, when I was going to see Beetlejuice the other night, when I walked past something.
Did you walk past that?
You know what I'm talking about? Bing Bong,
the Bing Bong store.
That's really there. That
Yes,
really exists.
Oh yeah. They're capitalizing on that.
Described the car event as a nightmare. The crowd showed up for a rally that was larger than expected, but that happens in like Wildwood used to have
car thingies like
Hog Week or whatever, or like, and I used to go down there because my dad was the president of a club. Remember
that they did that like a year ago too. It still is a
Bike
thing.
Week or some shit, right? Yeah, at the convention center, and there'd be motorcycles everywhere, and there'd be car meets and motherfuckers driving everywhere. Then, they won't be back next year. I can look you in the eye and say that it won't happen. So yeah, Wildwood is about 90 miles southeast of Philly. Don't forget it. Don't forget you're in Jersey.
You're in Jersey, baby.
So, yeah, that's fucked up. God damn, though. How fast was he going?
He like
Too fast.
Too fast is right. Play it one more time.
Yeah, let's see.
And you hear he hit something before that too.
Yeah, like
He sideswiped the car.
Oh, okay.
That's what the crash is, and then he.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Look. He sideswiped the car on the left. Douche.
Oh.
And he hit 2 people after that.
God damn.
God damn.
That's a local clip.
Jersey pride.
NJ's hottest news. All right, cool. So, on that sobering note, I'm gonna go have a good cry. I will. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Maybe. What are we doing next week? Oh, Gaming Duo is here next week. We're gonna be doing some fun stuff.
GDs.
And yeah, thanks so much for listening. You can find us on all social media at Press Any Key. Goodbye.